What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. Today we are at the fish den in Rainham in the southeast of the UK. And this is an absolute epic shop. We've got some really cool display tanks, loads of oddballs, loads of monster fish. So let's head around the store and let's check it out. Now here we are coming into the fish den here in the Kent area. You would have seen, I spoke about this huge Paludarium style aquarium, which is, as you see, straight in the door. Now, just while he or she is here, just check out this chameleon that gets to roam around the Monstera and the Pothos. Absolutely awesome. And I think this is the first shop I've been to that's got a huge open top display, a huge open top tank just like this. And further through the video, we're actually going to see the other side of this display as well. So it's home to some really nice geophagus. I think we might have some redhead payos in there and a few other, they could be Duripari potentially. Got lots of natural sunlight coming in from the doors. Then we've got some rainbow fishing as well in there. And you can see all of that emergent growth, which is absolutely awesome, with the huge Monstera deliciosa in the middle, and then just a jungle of Pothos. So that is the first display, as you see, and then we're going to head all around the store. There's a good few hundred tanks in here. So let's start on this row. We'll work our way around and try and spot some of the oddballs. Now I won't focus on every single tank because otherwise it's going to be a long video. You can see we've got lots of bread and butter fish from your live bearers. And then coming up, we got some firemouth cichlids, some blood parrots, some Eliotti cichlids in here as well. We've also got some of the polar parrots just in here. Now we do have a few other really cool displays that we're going to see throughout the video, so make sure to leave a little comment down below on which was your favourite and also your favourite fish that you've seen. Now I can see they've got loads of all these guys coming straight up to the glass, these rams. They've got loads of duckweed at the top, removing all the nutrients from the water. Got some big stir-by-cories. And we've got a few plex in here. And it could be the clown plec, potentially. And coming down, we've got some bleeding heart tetras. And you'll see that all of the tanks are individually filtered with the sponge filters. They've got really nice aquascapes in them, different bogwood, Java ferns, balis. Just spotted a few plex down there. I think we've got a triactus and a snowball tucked to the back there, along with the whiptail. Then we've got those really long fin orange plex. There's just so much to see in this store. I've had a very brief, quick look round, but I'm really taking the full tour with you guys at home. So we've got some big dollars in here, Frontosa and Geophagus. And then we come up to some Congo tetras, silver sharks, and the yo-yo loaches. Now I've just spotted some, I think these are avocado puffers. Really healthy. And we got, I think there's 5 in this tank. And then moving round, we've got some glow light rasboras. I think these are the Duubi catfish, in with those white cloud mountain minnows. We've got some South American puffers in here, slightly different to the avocados. And then we've got some enders and some live bearers. We've got some rocket panchax in here, another nano fish. And there are quite a few monster fish and lots of oddballs that we're going to see. We've got these black rams, more of a high-end ram, definitely quite new to the scene still. And with those, I think they're diamond tetras. And down the bottom we've got some more live bearers. I think these are the American flagtails. And then coming round to the next racking system, you can see we've got a lot of tanks to see. Got some veil fin tetras, some blockhead cichlids. These guys are really cool with the big sort of nuchal hump they've got on the head. And coming down some really heavily planted tanks. Got some shrimps in there, and then we got some apistogramma. These are really, really nice. There's a few females they got up the top there. Then we've got some bumblebee gobies in here. Another nano fish. I love how all of the displays are individually filtered, which is going to potentially contain any contamination, or if there's any parasites or any issues with the fish, it's all self-contained within the aquariums and it's not going to spread to other fish throughout the store. Got some big trumpet snails in here, along with the whiptail catfish. And these Beckford pencils are really nice. You can see we've got a few males in there with a stunning red coloration. Now I don't know what these guys are. I don't think I've seen them before. They look like a type of Raspora, basically a mini neon or cardinal tetra they look like, but I'm sure they're from the Raspora family. And then coming up, we've got some, I think these are Agassizii, Pistogramma Agassizii. And then we've got some monos up the top. Brackish waterfish, pretty cool. Here we go, we've got some albino Senegal birch here. They're pretty cool, like a snow white, yellowish colour. They're probably around the 4-inch mark. And then moving on to some bigger guys, we've got a really big albino Oscar in this aquarium. And then a flagtail Prochelodus, is a good 6-7 inches. Check out that orange and black stripes to the tail. And we've got some blue phantoms I just spotted in here on the bogwood, in with those tetras. And then up top we've just got some Ottocinclus. And we're going to turn round, we'll carry on round there in just a moment, but let's check out the central aisle, and then we'll head round to some more of the displays and some of the oddballs. Quite a few different Rasporas. Got some Colombian tetras in there, otherwise known as, and also the red-eye tetras. We've got some convict cichlids. And obviously, as all the tanks are individually filtered, they can quarantine new shipments. Now, I was told by the manager they are very light on stock at the moment, so you can only imagine what they've got in when the shop is in full stock. But I think they've got a great selection of fish. Oh, check out this guy. So we've got a datnoid down here. Try and get a bit closer to avoid the reflection. Now, this looks like Datnoides pelota, which I believe is the silver datnoid. And then just next to him, we've got some Pandawaru. Some people call these a poor man's discus, but I think they're beautiful in their own right. We've got a selection of different tetras. You can see we've got some killifish here, which is pretty cool. And then up top, we've got some bigger pistos. Some really, really old guys up there. And then we head round to a few more of the larger tanks. So we've got a mix of different angels in this tank. We've got some silver dollars as well. So we've got the kois. I believe these will be the Orinoco's. They could be Manacapura. We've got some, I think they are Bulgarian seal points as well. In this nice 3.5 foot aquarium. And then coming down, we've got some large silver dollars. I think this could be a Jack Dempsey. but I might be wrong, so feel free to correct me down in that comment section. A huge featherfin catfish, Synodontis. And then we've got silver shark in there and some severums. And then coming round, we've got some more of their bread and butter fish. Check out these swordtails. Pretty cool colours on them. This guy, especially, they've got like a lime green tail to them, if the camera's picking that up. And then we've got some, I think these are emperor tetras, some tiger barbs, pandagaras, and then we come to the African cichlid selection. We've got a mix of different Malawis, some Mbunas and some haps and peacocks. I think mainly peacocks and Mbuna they got. See this yellow lab is currently holding. Got some babies in their mouth. And then we've got some Tropheus, I think they might be Tropheus duboisi, with the yellow coloration, which gets a lot more pronounced as the fish get older and the males start to breed. And we've got some big geos next to them and Ellioti cichlids. I think this might be a Sveni. Good 5 inches he is. And then we come up to some severums, and there's a parrot in here as well. So we're going to head round to these tanks as well, but let's check out another one of the display systems. So it's a really cool tank with a nice mix of fish. We've got the massive albino silver arowana in the middle. It's a good 16 to 18 inches. And then we've got some nice severums in there, waru, red spot severums. We've got some big birches at the far end, which we'll have a close look at, and also these clown loaches. Looks nice and peaceful in there, even though they've got some larger fish. And then we've got the bircher here. I think that could be the ornate bircher, but as I say, feel free to correct me down in the comment section. They've got a big, I believe that could be a paraplec or vampire plec in there. Really cool tank, but that silver's really nice. Really, really nice. So let's check out all of these systems and then we can head through to the next room. So up top we've got some nice angels. This guy is really good size. Oh, and this guy's lovely. Got a lot of reflection. Looks like a Orinoco, or maybe it could even be a Manicapura. We've got some barbs, black widow tetras. We've got some Brycon tetra in there. There's loads of different fish as you get close to the tanks. Like we've got longfin albino plec. We've got some Apistos back there, some Cories. The more you look, the more you find. But a nice real mix of fish. It's like every tank in here is basically like a community tank that you'd have at home, with a nice mix of fish, from your catfish to your tetras. We've got some African dwarf frogs in there with those barbs. And then we've got a few geos in here. Can't remember the name of those ones. And then we've got some Crebensis in with those blue-eyed plex. Now these are called the black line tetras. They all like to shoal together, so you can get them without the reflection there. And these red and blue tetras from Peru are really, really nice colour. Really cool tetra, those guys. And we've got some lovely Cories in here. So they look like they're more sort of a leucistic colour. That black eye with the white body. And then coming down, we've got some gold lasers, another high-end cory with some guppies. Oh, I've just spotted the label there, the snow panda cories, which is those guys up there. And then just down the bottom, I spotted this, I think it's a tiger shovel-nosed cross red-tail hybrid, just chilling under the sponge filter there. He's probably around 5 inches or so. Big, big future monster catfish. Then we've got a few angels next door to them. And then we've got these Lake Tanganyika African cichlids. Now just coming around to the other side of that display we saw at the beginning of the video. Now I'm told there is another chameleon somewhere within the plant. See if you guys can spot it, but I definitely can't. And on this side of the tank we've got some rams, loads of different severums. This is an absolutely lovely tank. They've got all of the root system to live through and swim through, potentially breed in as they would in the wild. So it's a real nice replication of what they would live in the wild. Got some lovely, I think they're a geophagus cichlid. And some of the rams are just beautiful colours. You can see we've got some lovely males showing off to each other here. There's quite a few in there. I've just spotted a discus in the far corner as well. So that's the tropical room covered. So we've covered all of those tanks around there and these main displays. So let's head through to the next room. So this is where most of the dry goods are. I'll just show a brief shot of the dry goods that they got. All different foods, tetra, picari, and obviously your treatments and substrates as well. But as you know, if you've been watching the channel for a while, we don't spend too long on the dry goods and we mainly want to see the fish here. This is a really nice bit of bogwood. Looks like it's priced at $89.99. Got to be, I'd say that's nearly 3 foot long. It'll be quite nice in a larger tank. And then they've got all their bogwood mapani, redmore. Then we come to some fancy goldfish. It's quite nice to see we've got some pretty good quality aranda here. These guys are priced at $69.99. Some tricolours, pandas, and then just next door we got the red caps as well. Got some slightly smaller, high grade aranda. Mostly just tricolour and pandas, but all look really, really healthy. And then we come round to the plant system. So they got a little bit low on stock at the moment. I've been told that this afternoon they're getting a whole shipment of plants that's coming into this bay. But we've got some water lettuce. You can see we've got some Echinodorus back there. Some Amazon sword. I think this one, Bacopa, and the Liliopsis dwarf hairgrass, or dwarf pygmy chain sword, I should say. And then we've also got some Vallisneria as well. And then coming to the last tanks in the shop before we head outside to the pond section, we've got some different shabumpkins in here. Looks like we've got some axolotls tucked down here, which I completely would have missed. So I can see one there, and there's another one hiding behind that sponge filter. And then as we come up, we've got a few more planted tanks up top. Just spotted a really tiny goldfish in this one. And it looks like we've got some apple snails there. So let's head outside to the pond section now and see what they've got out there. So as we come out to the pond section, we're greeted with this big vat with loads of koi, and the sun has decided to come out for us. So they're looking absolutely phenomenal. The quality looks really nice. We've got a mix of kahaku, sanki, asagi, kinki atsuri, achiba. I'd say these are all probably tosai or nisai, so 1 and 2 year old fish. The water's really clear. Nice system of fish. And then we come to the rest of their pond fish they've got here. So it's mainly just the mix of goldfish and shabumpkins. And then the ghost koi as well, long fin koi, the butterfly koi. And then some slightly smaller, say probably Japanese koi. Got a nice mix of ogons, kahakus, a few metallics in there. And then last but not least, got some of the smaller fish as well. It's quite difficult to see with the reflection from the water there. All look super healthy, super active. And that is the full pond section. So that is the full tour here at Fishkeeping Aquatics. So a really, really good shop. Not a massive selection of dry goods, but the fish, definitely one of the best shops I've been to in the southeast of England. Really, really good selection and some real nice oddballs and unique variants. So I definitely would make the trip down here if you're in the area, and I'm sure there's loads of different fish that I've probably missed. But you've got everything from your bread and butter fish to your oddballs and loads of different plex tucked throughout. Like this guy I just missed here, check out him, the colours are superb. Very similar to a snowball pleck. But yeah, that wraps up the tour here at Fishkeeping Aquatics. And that is it for today's video. Really, really enjoyed the fish den. They had an absolutely amazing selection of fish and so many tanks. Some really, really cool, unique display tanks, and I especially loved the chameleon as well. But that's it for today's video. Make sure to leave a comment down below on what you thought of this store. Maybe it's your local fish shop. Let me know down below. But thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.